Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I have a yoga practice for you that will help reduce your stress, your anxiety, and just help you feel more calm, more supported, and more grounded, particularly as we all go through these incredibly difficult, incredibly uncertain, incredibly challenging times. So this is a practice that you can use to just help you return to a greater sense of support, not only within yourself, but on your mat, and that will give you a little bit more just quiet and center and a place of refuge. Okay, so you will need a blanket for underneath your knees and at least one block. I have two just in case. So make sure that you have the props that you need, and let's get started. Okay, so take a moment just to take a seat and close your eyes. Rest one of your hands over your heart and the other on your belly. And just take a few smooth breaths in and out. Feeling your breath as it expands into both of your hands. And just noticing your own capacity to support yourself from within. Remember that if nothing else, this is what you can come back to, this breath, this life force within you to remind you of your own inner strength, inner resilience. So one more full breath in here. Full breath out. Go ahead and open your eyes. Grab your block and you're going to come into child's pose. So for child's pose, toes are together, knees are apart, and you can take the block into both of your hands and just rest your head on the block. You can have it as low or as high as you want. I have mine on that middle setting because that's what feels the most supportive. But just take a few breaths here. Just very lightly resting your head on the block, but enough that if you take your hands off, that the block is really holding the weight of your head. Relax your shoulders. And let every breath, every exhale in particular, allow you to release a little bit more. And then slowly remove your head from the block. Move it slightly out of the way. Come up onto your hands and knees. Come into table pose. And just a little bit of cat-cow to start. So as you inhale, soften your belly and your chest as you lengthen forward. And as you exhale, round up, release your head and neck. And just go a few more times. Lengthening forward. And rounding back. And you can add just a little bit more traveling, a little more movement here. So as you exhale, round up and shift your hips back to your heels into child's pose. And then pull forward and up. Come back into table. Round up and back, release your head and neck, shift back. And then pull back up, table pose. Just a few more times, round back. And pull forward. And last time, round back. And pull forward. And as you come on back into table, shift your weight into your left arm, lift your right leg up, and just roll just a few circles. They don't have to be very big, and definitely go both directions. And take your right leg and step it up to the outside of your right hand. Grab a hold of your block again. And you can either bring your forearms down onto your block, palms together, and lift up your hands so that sort of the heel of your hands beneath your thumb is supporting your forehead. Or you can take the block a little bit further forward and rest your forehead on the block. That's up to you and your hips. Just smooth, full breath in. And exhale through your mouth. Just allow your exhales to help you release. Let the block or your hands hold you. You can even just move very slightly from side to side. And then come on back up to your hands. Get the block out of the way unless you need it as you straighten your right leg, ball of your right foot away from the floor, toes towards your body. So if you need a little bit more lift, you can always grab your 2 blocks and put your hands up on the 2 blocks. Otherwise, just pull your right heel back towards your hip as you pull it back. Stretch forward. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And then lift your chest back up, right arm back to the inside of your right leg. Sweep your right leg back and all the way over to the left. Put your foot on the floor and lengthen out through your left heel. Just give yourself a little bit more stretch on that right side. And then bring it back to center. And switch sides. Lift your left leg up and roll some circles. Again, they don't have to be very big. You're not going to do this for long. Roll the other direction. Allow yourself to lean into your right arm for support. And then step your left leg up into a lunge. Keep your knee down. And again, you can grab the block. Put your forearms down on the block. And you can either lift your hands up to support your head, which I'm doing on this side, or you can hold onto the block with both hands. And give yourself a few breaths here. And then make your way off of the block. Set it outside in front of you. Unless you need more support, lift the ball of your left foot up. Draw your toes back towards your body. And walk yourself forward. And just allow your head to be heavy. If your legs are really active and strong, you can let your head go and your low back should feel just fine. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Take one more full breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your left hand back to the inside of your left leg. Sweep your left leg behind you. Cross it over your right. And just lengthen over through your left side. Good. Then come on back to center. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. Downward facing dog. If downward facing dog is not one that you feel comfortable doing on the floor, you can do wall dog instead. So just placing your hands on the wall, walking your feet back until your feet are underneath your hips. If you're on the ground, give your knees a little bit of a bend and just let your head be heavy. Good. Then walk your hands back to your feet. You can bend your knees as you do. Take your time. Again, keep focusing on your exhales. So your exhales physically help you release. And the more you give to that exhale, the more sound you give to it, the more weight you give to it, the more your body will let go. The more your brain will let go. Okay, then bring your hands up to your hips, elbows to the sky. Inhale as you come all the way up to stand. Okay, coming up to the front of your mat. Stand evenly on your 2 feet. And just inhale to reach your arms up. Grab a hold of your left forearm with your right hand and stretch over to the right. Come on back up, hold on to your right forearm, lengthen to the left. And inhale back up, reach up. And as you exhale, give your knees a little bit of a bend as you slowly fold forward. You can reach for your block or both blocks if you just want a little bit more support. Okay, step your left leg back into a lunge. Put your right forearm on your right thigh. Turn your left heel down, toes point out, and lift your left arm up alongside your ear. And if that feels like too much, you can place one hand on your heart, your left hand on your hip, your right hand on your heart. If it feels good to stretch out through your left arm, do it. And take a full breath in. Full breath out. Now lower your left hand down, right to the center of your legs. Turn your right foot in so your feet are parallel and reach your right arm up. Okay, inhale fully. Exhale completely. And then place your right hand down, walk over towards your left leg, turn your left foot out, left forearm to left thigh, right arm alongside your ear. Side angle. And keep your gaze a little bit lower. That'll help ground you. Full breath into your back body. Full breath out, and you can place your hand on your heart if you need. Okay, one more full breath in. As you exhale, back to center, right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Make sure that your feet are parallel so left foot turns back in. Inhale fully. And exhale, lower your left hand down and grab one or both of your blocks. And as you fold forward, place your head on the block. So as you do this, try not to lock out your knees. You can keep your knees a little bit soft, legs strong. You can place it on the highest, on the middle height, or the lowest. But with every exhale, allow your body just to get heavier. Okay, now get the block and place it over towards your right foot because you're going to need it there. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If that feels like too much, you can just put your hands at your hips or your palms in front of your chest. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Keep your legs strong and get heavy. And then bend your right knee, turn your right foot out, and see if you can just rest your head on that block. If it doesn't feel as supportive, you can let it go and just aim your head toward the earth. But if you want the support, head on the block. And inhale fully. Exhale completely. Straighten your right leg. Release your arms for the moment. Grab that same block. Put it over in front of your left foot. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Interlace your fingers. Turn your left foot out. And aim yourself towards your left foot. You can also do this, so instead of putting my head on the block, I'm just folding forward and letting the back of my head rest against the block, and that also feels good. But if you want more support, head on the block. Be in a place where you can let go a little bit. Okay, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Straighten your left leg, turn it in. Release your arms. And just fold. And then take the block, place it over to the side. You can get the blanket out of the way for now. You're going to lie on your back for supported bridge pose. Okay, so you're going to take the block and place it. The middle height is probably the height that most people are going to want. If you want it a little bit higher, if your shoulders are a little bit more open, you can do that. So you're going to slide the block underneath your sacrum. Your sacrum is the fused vertebra at the base of your spine, sort of shaped like a triangle. If you're not quite sure where that is, it's right above your butt crack. So you want the block to be right above your butt crack and your butt cheeks to be able to hang off the back or the end of the block. So no part of your butt is on the block. Feet are about as wide apart as your hips, maybe a little wider. You can rest your hands on your belly. You can take your arms out to the sides. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, whatever feels good for you. You'll be here for a little bit. And you can stay right here or extend your legs straight out, a little bit wider than your hips. Maybe even take your arms overhead with your elbows just slightly bent. And allow the block to hold you. And then if your legs are extended, slowly bring your legs back in. Grab a hold of the block, lift your hips up, slide the block out. And just let your knees knock together. And once again, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or just one hand on your belly, one hand right about at the bottom of your ribs. And even here, feel how your own body supports you. Feel this within yourself. Take your knees apart and just drop your knees over to the right. Let them fall. So your feet should be about as wide apart as your mat. And then bring your knees back up and let them fall over to the left. Bring your knees back up. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg out. Just give your shin a little squeeze. And gently take your right knee across your body to the left, just for a little twist. And then bring your right leg back to center. One more squeeze and then extend your right leg out. Draw your left knee in. And then take your left knee across your body to the right. can hold onto your knee with your right hand, left arm to the left, a little bit of a twist. Good. Then come on back to center. Both feet on the floor. Roll to your favorite side. Push yourself up. And just take one more moment here. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Connect back into what you are capable of, to your breath, to this moment. And honor your own capacity to heal, to strengthen, to create a greater sense of support for yourself that you can tap into whenever you need. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And that's it. That is your yoga practice for today, to hopefully give you a greater sense of calm, support, and grounding in these really challenging times, to help you release and reduce some of your stress and anxiety, if not forever, which I cannot promise, but at least for the 20 minutes that we are on the mat together. So thank you for being here with me. As always, it is a privilege to share this practice with you, and I look forward to being here on the mat again with you whenever you need, and always when you need. Okay? Be well, everyone. Bye.